This just in. The Girl Scouts of America announced today that this year's batch of Girl Scout cookies has set a new record for iron content and greatly exceeds the minimum adult daily requirements for copper, zinc, aluminum, lead, and many other nutritious metals. Now this.
Yo, Jesse! A gang of vicious hammers is headed this way. What should we do?
We must run and run fast and run now. Yeah.
Today, Fidel Castro unveiled a top new aide, the Minister of Mucus. The new minister wears a uniform made entirely of Kleenex. In a related story, Richard Nixon visited President Reagan at the White House today, but was very nervous.
I'm afraid he'll catch me picking my nose.
All went well until...
That guy's out there again. But he's not alone. He's got a dream with him. And every morning before work, he chases that dream. The one that says someday you're going to watch him run the 400 meters faster than anyone else in the summer games. In the past, it probably would have been just a dream. But now, we have an Olympic training center in Colorado Springs, and he can go there and learn how to run faster than he's ever run before. So maybe he'll become as good as he believes he can be. And maybe one summer day, when you're watching the 84 games, you just might say, that girl's out there again. This American Dream was brought to you by the Cosmetics Council and the Drug Manufacturers of America, co-sponsors of the U.S. Olympic Training Center. Remington announces something new for today's woman.
It's the new Lady Remington. It's light, easy to use, and beautifully designed to give you the ultimate in feminine protection.
Annie. I took the day off.
The new Lady Remington. Matching handbags sold separately.
Now hear this. Everybody who wants to go back to Lebanon, step forward.
Hi. You know, it's no big secret that our government is close to $200 billion in debt. Now, when you think about it, this averages out to about $888 per U.S. citizen. Do you have $888? I know I don't. So consequently, the only way to get out of this debt is to do what people always do under desperate circumstances. Sell blood.
Next.
That's right. Since most Red Cross agencies pay up to $70 a pint, all a person has to do is donate about 12 pints or 6 quarts of blood. This is roughly the amount in an average person's body. And the government has set up special facilities with trained personnel who are knowledgeable in extracting this blood safely and efficiently. These personnel will make sure that every precious ounce is extracted and not one single solitary drop of blood goes to waste. Doing their part to get us out of debt. Sure, you might feel drained for a couple of days, but once those corpuscles get moving, you'll feel great again. So visit your Red Cross between now and the end of the year and do your part to help get us out of debt.
Announcing another MTV exclusive. How did Michael Jackson go from this to this? A nose job. We'll conduct exclusive interviews with the surgeon and with the former nose itself. See the making of Michael Jackson's nose only on MTV, because who else would show it?
How many hats do you own? You'd have to think about it for quite a while. Get up, go to the closet, and look. Even then, you couldn't be sure. Maybe there's one somewhere else. Not if you own one of these beauties. A state-of-the-art personal computer. You'd have the answers right at your fingertips. Want to know what your gas bill was a year ago, October? How many bars of soap did you have left? Just a few of the many useless functions of the new bullshit 320 personal computer.
The personal computer industry. We're bullish on bullshit. If you're a high government official or about to become one and you need a few $100,000 to tide you over, then First National Meese is the bank for you. Remember, there are no interest charges because you don't have to pay us back. And when you borrow $500,000 or more, you get a free bowl of soup from our soup kitchen. Today, vegetable noodle. First National Meese, where your influence is your collateral.
And now a new feature from NNTN. So far, they've taken 800 million gallons of pure Hudson River fresh water, sold it to Aruba for $5 million. Then they took on polluted salt water from the Atlantic and dumped the polluted water into the Hudson River, where several towns get their drinking water. This month's Royal Screw Award goes to Exxon.
We now join Hotel Lebanon, already in progress.
Honey, where are my Bermudas?
Look in the suitcase.
Yeah, room service. Could I have a little more heat, please? Thank you.
I'm Harry Blockhead, chairman of H&R Blockhead, with another of my 15 reasons not to come to us. Number 21, we're imbeciles. We're staffed by morons, idiots, and circus pinheads. And just look what they'll do to your tax forms. Sometimes, they won't even use forms at all. They'll do your taxes on whatever's handy. So remember, if you want your taxes done right, do them yourself.
H&R Blockhead closed for remodeling until April 16th.
Together at last, Charles, Cheech, and Chong in King Bong. Watch the prince get so royally wasted, he dances. See His Highness in King Bong. Why do you think they call him Dope?
And now the nightly news with Bob Charles.
Good evening. Tonight, firefighters put out a blaze that was raging in the downtown area. 6 were injured, with property damage in the millions. For more on that story, here's Jacqueline Purnell.
There is no more on that story, Bob.
What do you mean?
You told it all. There's nothing left for me to say.
Oh. Sorry. In sports, the Lakers edged the Celtics 98-97 with a basket at the buzzer. Here's Pete Kimmelman, live from the Forum.
Forget it, Bob. You just told everybody how it came out.
But I only gave out the score.
I only gave out the score.
For crying out loud, Bob, that's the best part.
I've got nothing to say to you.
Oh, talk about sensitive. Okay, let's go to the weather. Looks like showers tomorrow, doesn't it?
That's right.
Just gave it away.
Secret, can you?
This is the Nightly News with Bob Charles. We'll be back with the late report tonight at 11.
I was supposed to say that. There's a lot, Big Mouth.
Mammoth Films presents the science fiction thriller of a lifetime. No child is safe. No family can escape their clutches. No city can defend itself from the horrifying attack of the killer ants. You scream as innocent relatives are brutally killed with kindness. You shriek as you witness the cold-blooded doting. You shudder as a little boy is horribly smothered with affection. See Attack of the Killer Ants. Coming soon to a theater near you.
Democratic presidential hopeful Jesse Jackson received a copy of the PLO yearbook today. It was personally inscribed by Yasser Arafat.
To my friend Jesse Jackson, good luck at Vassar. From your high school pal, little old Yasser.
With news and views you can't refuse. Good night.
Hi, I'm Rich Hall, and welcome to another installment of Sniglets. Words that should be in the dictionary but aren't. For instance, have you noticed that phony habit that newscasters have of restacking stories at the end of a broadcast? Well, this is known as revulipulency. When two people meet and hopelessly try to maneuver around each other, it's called an indecisigig. The lifespan of an envelope clasp before it breaks off and dies is the manilium. The ignisecond is that overlapping moment when even as the hand is shutting the car door, the brain is going, my keys are in there. There's plenty of sniglets to be found at the table. Cheerio magnetization is the tendency of the last 4 or 5 Cheerios to cling together for survival. The cookie shell surrounding the fig in a fig Newton is the Newton. When a piece of pie is worked down to the point where the crust outweighs the filling and it tips over, it's past the point of pie-librium. Those annoying subscription cards that you find in magazines are called lap flaps. And our final sniglet is hawkster, which is a person who takes advantage of an impartial TV show to shamelessly peddle his book, such as Rich Hall's First Dictionary of Sniglets. Available in your bookstores now.
And now, the renowned Westminster Fife and Soup Marching Band.
Ready? Prepare to eat soup! Hey, soup, 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 soup! What's that? Soup, 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 soup! What's that? Soup, 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 soup! What's that? Soup, soup!
You loved MASH. You sort of liked After MASH. So now you're bound to watch Before MASH.
I wish Hawkeye would get here.
Oh, or even Major Burns.
Things are sure would be a lot funnier.
Yeah, and it will show us how bad war really is.
Don't miss Before MASH. It's on before MASH and after MASH on CBS, the all-MASH network.
The first of a batch of mail-order brides arrived in Spokane, Washington this week and were greeted with nervous anticipation.
Okay. Hi, I'm Doris.
Hi, Doris. I'm Ralph. Nice to see you.
Hi, Lopez.
Hi, I'm Zelda. My name is Myrtle, and I make a mean pot roast.
I'm Howard, but my friends call me Bubba.
I'm Bubba's brother-in-law.
Shortly afterwards, the whole affair was deemed a fraud.
And then for the honeymoon, Niagara Falls.
Wait a minute. Aren't those mustaches?
Just in. Following his victory in the New York primary, a cocky Walter Mondale decided to run for student council president of PS 131 as well.
I'm for the 12-year-old vote.
To win the youth voter, Mondale tried finger painting and acting like a clown. More on this as it develops. In an unrelated story, the president signed a new egg into law today. Now this.
Colonel Muammar Gaddafi, international madman. In 1969, he seized control of Libya in a military coup and converted it into a training ground for worldwide terrorism. When this man gets his hands on his first atomic bomb, who do you want in the White House? Fritz Mondale? Jesse Jackson? Gary Hart? You can't be serious. There is only one man who can go one-on-one with Muammar Gaddafi.
Bring back Dick.
And now with a special report on poverty, violence, crime, and despair, we go to Steve Caspar. In an alley, behind a vacant lot, in South Central Los Angeles.
Steve Caspar, South Central. Pete and Frosty from Puerto Vallarta. Pete and Frosty from Aspen. Steve Caspar from South Central Los Angeles. Thanks a lot for the assignment, Bob. Hope you're safe and comfortable back in the studio.
Stop whining, Caspar. I paid my dues out there in the fields. We all have to do it.
What field? This is a garbage dump, and everything in it wants to kill me. This isn't a story. It's a human sacrifice.
A real reporter makes his own story, Stevie. That's why you'll never be a Dan Rather or a Bob Charles.
I'll never be a Bob Charles because I didn't go to Yale, and my uncle isn't a major NNTN stockholder.
You leave Yale out of this!
This is Pete Kimmelman in Aspen. Bob, I think all Steve is asking for is a balance in the story assignments he gets this year.
Who asked you?
Butt out, Kimmelman!
This is Pete Kimmelman in Aspen, just trying to facilitate some communication.
This is Steve Caspar in an alley. Degraded, humiliated, and thirsting for revenge.
And I'm Bob Charles. Arrogant, self-satisfied. Yet deep inside, so very, very vulnerable. And this has been Days of the News.
Badges are in 131, cue it behind the back. Loudermilk goes up and scores. Loudermilk now has a career-high 14 points.
Loudermilk is playing superbly, Bill. By the way, next Friday night is alumni night here at the Coliseum. And by the way, Bill, Loudermilk's career high is 16 points, not 14.
You sure?
I'm sure about that, positive. I got the records right here. May 23rd against Utah State.
Oh, wait, let me check my stats against that.
You don't need to check the stats. I'm sure about this. I have a list right here.
Yeah, here they are. Oh, you print small.
Yeah, I always did. Where did you get that spiral notebook?
Well, the station gives them to me free.
Free?
Yeah, free.
You get them free? We have to pay for them.
Dude.
Yeah, you got to pay for everything.
Here's your Christmas tree, lady.
You're too late, pal.
What?
You were supposed to be here in December. It's April.
But we came from Oregon.
Sorry. Get it out of here.
Okay. Bye, lady. Bitch.
With most jigsaw puzzles, once you put them together, the fun's over. Not with Lebanon. You can't put it together because the pieces don't fit. Lebanon. New from Real World Toys, makers of Gridlock.
Where's the beef? Gary Hart doesn't have it. Walter Mondale doesn't either. If it's beef you're after, vote for the candidate Tip O'Neill is behind. Bossy the cow. She's got the beef. Paid for by the committee to elect a cow president. If beef is what you're after. This movie executive produced the biggest blockbuster of 1983. He made millions more on toy sales. Now he thinks he can keep all this money for himself. But he forgot about the sinister force that has been waiting for him all year. See, Tax Return of the Jedi. In this universe, two things are certain. Darth and taxes. Coming April 15th. Senator Russell Long and Senator Robert Byrd for new short-distance rates from Bell Telephone. Now, if you make a station-to-station call of less than 8 feet, you pay only 35 cents for the first 3 minutes.
Can you hear me all right, Senator?
And if you call on the weekend...
I can barely make it out, sir. It must be a bad connection.
Or after 11 o'clock on any weeknight, the rates are even lower.
Well, that's a first for you.
Short distance. It's the next best thing to being there.
Senator! Senator! Can you hear me, Senator?
Rupert Murdoch, owner of the New York Post, Chicago Sun-Times, and Boston Herald, 3 of the sleazier papers in America. This month, Murdoch made headlines himself when he bought the school paper of Cincinnati's Harrison High.
New owner Rupert Murdoch quickly changed things here at Harrison High, where before the paper featured headlines like Principal Veto's Student Smoking Lounge and bake sale profits set new records, the Post-Murdoch Post has more spicy stories, such as Vice Principal pranks teacher prostitution ring and headless, bodiless corpse found in library. The circulation of the Post has grown from 75 a week to over 3 million a...
Newsman blamed in student tragedy.
Caspar to Fry. From Cincinnati, this is Steve Caspar. Fry.
Houseboats! Hey, we got miles and miles of them at Houseboat City. Colonials, provincials, split levels, stuccos. Just one payment. No mortgage, no rent, no plumbing costs, no loans to float. As long as you keep moving, you're okay at Houseboat City.
It's 1984. Wherever you turn, the same message is being repeated.
Here we are, 1984. The year George Orwell predicted a totalitarian state in which our thoughts and actions would be controlled. That hasn't come true. Or has it? More and more
government intrusion threatens our privacy, as Orwell predicted. And computers keep records on every facet of our lives. So...
Hi, I'm taking a survey for a magazine, and I was wondering if you think the predictions made by George Orwell in his book 1984 have come true.
1984. There is no escape from the endless debating of a stale topic. Coming all year to televisions, newspapers, magazines, and cocktail party conversations near you.
Caspar, the friendly ghost, the friendliest ghost you know. Look at him with fright, the children all love him so. Caspar, the friendly ghost, he couldn't be bad or mean. He'll romp and play, sing and dance all day, the friendliest ghost you've seen. He always says hello, and he's really glad to meet ya.
Wherever he may go.
He's every living creature. Casper, the friendly ghost, he couldn't be bad or mean. He'll romp and play, sing and dance all day, the friendliest ghost you've seen. He always says hello, and he's real glad to meet you.
Wherever he may go,
He's kind to every living creature. Grown-ups don't understand why children love him the most. But kids all know that he loves them so. Casper the friendly ghost.
You can see right through him.